thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. This week, it's not just story time, but rather, it's supersonic story time. As all this week, we're becoming supersonic storytellers, regaling the tales of some of the finest storytellers in pop culture. It's no great secret that within the four walls of the apartment that sits in 90 Bedford Avenue, or 90 Greenwich Avenue in real life, Manhattan, lives 6 incomparable storytellers whose adventures reach as far as Kansas and even Yemen. Of course, I'm talking about the Friends. And of all the Friends trivia games I bought and reviewed over the years, this was one that I've been searching for a while. Get the picture? If not, you will soon as we examine the one with all the pictures. This Paladone designed picture quiz gives you the chance to test your friend's knowledge with your favorite scenes. This contains 50 different scene cards spanning all 10 seasons and mostly going in chronological order, as you'll see in a moment. This is for 2 or more players. It was purchased at Value Village in Hawthorne for $2.29. And gameplay, well, as they say, could it be any more simple? I think not. 50 scene cards and 1 instruction card, which we gotta read first, even though it is quite simple to play. These are just a few examples of the many scenes that you and your fellow friendsologists and those in training have to guess in order to earn points. At the end of the game, the friendsologist or friendsologist in training with the highest amount of points wins. That's it. This is the instruction card. By the way, all of the scenes pictured on these cards are presented in Polaroid fashion, adding an extra layer of nostalgia to this. So, before you begin and how to play, 10 seconds to read over this. There you go, 10 seconds. So, we'll just take one off the top here. Ah, yes. Where it all began. The one where Monica gets a roommate. Clad in wedding attire. What season is this? What's the name of this episode? Who did Rachel leave at the altar? The format for these questions goes season, episode, and scene. The youngest player will select the first card off the top of the deck and read the questions to the other player with this side facing them. You read it off the back here, which gives you the answers. The player has to guess all 3 of these questions right. Each of them is worth a point. Once they do, they have the option to answer a bonus question. Like, what is Barry's profession? The answer, orthodontist. That's worth 2 points. However, they can also choose to create their own caption for this scene and the others to follow, which will be judged by the other players on a scale of 1 to 3. And it has to be unanimous to earn those points. So that's how it's gonna be for all of these scene cards. And by the way, I don't know how elastic these things are, but for some reason, they seem to tend to grab onto each other a bit. They're a little bit sticky. Some sort of static energy must be inside this deck, even though I didn't feel any static energy. Anyway, all scene cards have to be utilized. And at the end of the game, the player with the highest amount of points wins. Seasoned friendsologists can get this and really make it a breeze. But for those in training, like myself, a little help is necessary. After all, friends can become family, especially when they bond over great games like this. I know everyone gets this. The one with the embryos, the apartment switch quiz, everybody figuring out that Chandler's job was a transposter. Whatever that means. 3 single gals in wedding dresses? Commiserating over their eternal singledom? Well, not that eternal for long, especially in the case of Monica. Picture after picture, scene after scene, humor and heart abounded here. The one where a giant turkey head with sunglasses and a fez sealed hers and Chandler's fate, my ship. Of course, this is Chandler proposing out of sorrow to Monica. This, of course, was taken from Season 5, the one with the Go Rich Joey. Chandler proposing to Monica because he's sorry. In the same spot where he would later propose for real, right here. Now would be a good time to say if you ever saw this. This is as loud as any sustained roar I have ever heard at Warner Brothers Studios. Oh, how that audience screamed in joy. Anyway, I know I'm a hardcore Chandler and Monica shipper, but can you blame me for a moment? And don't get me started on my love for Courtney Cox. Anyway, there's a scene, there's a moment for every Friends fan here, mostly in chronological order. Some scenes may be out of place, but all in all, goodness gracious, Phoebe massaging Monica. If a picture tells 1,000 words, you got 50,000 reasons to smile, and it only cost me $2. Woohoo! And 29 cents. A big ticket Friends quiz in such a small package. If you ask me, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it the way these cards stick to each other, the way I stick with my decision on this, which is, oh yeah, 5 out of 5 claps, and certainly in the way that Joey sticks to Chandler. This is the Friends Picture Quiz, the one with all the pictures. Here's what's on deck for Wednesday. In real life, she was placed squarely within that crowd during the championship parade without security. We could have ourselves a potential safety hazard. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.